Carner biofield tuner, and today's topic is liquid crystal compass, which is about our inner ear. But first, I'd like to start with these videos are always appropriate. The tunings and the frequencies and the transmissions in them are appropriate whenever you find these videos. They work in that time. I won't go into the specifics as to why, but that is just straight up true. And when I'm filming them, I'm in the sort of now that I'm experiencing. And so I would like to just speak to my experience in the here and now, which is a couple of weeks before a big election here in the US that has a lot of intense pressure and hype and intense emotions and intense, I guess, implications on about every different way that you could consider it. And this, as experienced by each one of us individuals in the here and now, has just been really stressful. I don't even want to say intense. That's too vague. It's been stressful. I can feel the pressure of the community and the culture writ large. And I know I'm not alone in that. So with that, I'm going to, before I get into what I'm talking about today, I'm going to ground the collective body of this tuning, myself included. I'm really going to find the Earth Star chakra. I don't know if I've ever spoken to that quite so directly. And I'm going to really ground us all. Su. And that is a big ask. So, yeah. Okay, I know. When the collective field is this pressurized, we can't not feel it. Just like the barometric pressure drops, and some people who know that they're really sensitive to barometric pressure find changes in their sleep or appetite or headaches or that sort of thing. But whether you know you're feeling the barometric pressure or not, your organism, your meat suit is feeling it, okay? This is known. And so just like whether people wake up and really think this is what I'm feeling today or not, whether you consciously are aware of it, if you are a human in this culture right now, you can't not feel it. And so I'm just going to ground us all in this here and now. I'm filming this on October 23rd. Okay, and let's really, we need to take a giant step back. I am recording this on my phone, which is how I produce these, and I'm getting a slew of text messages. I'm really hoping that you all can hear me and that the audio is going through. If anybody can comment, if you can't hear me, that would be helpful. Okay, so let's ground down. You know, how interesting that I'm talking about stress, I'm feeling stress while I'm trying to ground. So can't make that up, can't make it up. Let's be here now. We're having this experience. Let's ground. Let's take a giant step back from the granular, contracted, busy, media-driven experience that we're having. And let's return to ourselves right here. Return to your breath. See if you can feel your heart rate, your heartbeat, your breath. See if you can find your feet. Relax your hips. Maybe drop your shoulders a little bit down from your ears. There we go. And let's drop into the now. You are alive in a body. All measure of energy and creativity is available to you now. And that is just a truth. And that's true every day. Thank you for the reflection on the audio. I appreciate it. Whew, all right. So one of the big promptings of anybody who's not trying to sell you a product or an opinion right now, the refrain has been from people who are producing content, who are who their true motive in that is to be helpful. One of the biggest promptings right now is to simply relax and get quiet and don't get distracted, don't get caught up in a storyline. It's not that it's not true or that it's not happening, but if it isn't affecting your immediate now, and if something isn't close enough to you to be affecting your today, then focus on yourself, grounding into yourself, and focus on really connecting with the real life people and the real life situations that you directly come into contact with. And that is a big ask right now. So one of the arms of research that I was doing recently had me listening to an author, Richard Rudd, R-U-D-D, a British fellow, and he was talking about the physical structure of our inner ears. So I have had vertigo in my life, and I have had to have my inner ear rods reset. If you don't know what I'm talking about, congratulations, because it's awful. But if you do know that we have these rods or crystals or stones, rocks, I think they're sometimes called, depending on who you speak to, we have in our inner ears a little reservoir of fluid, and these crystal rods float in them just like a compass. And they really are, in fact, crystal compasses in our heads. It's what keeps us balanced as we are bipeds, right? As we stand upright. But on a bigger level, if you think of the implications that sort of each unit, each person is given their own compass, and that to figure out, to navigate towards our own personal true north would be an inside job, right? Nobody can create a map for you because only you have your crystal compass, and then Joe Blow next to you and Susie Sue next on the other side of you, they each have their own crystal compasses. And the way to get to their true north is going to be their own journey, just like your map, your true north and your arrival there, or your perpetual motion towards that infinity point, will be your own journey. So to look outside oneself for clues and cues is a little bass-ackwards, as you would say. You have to turn inside, right? There we go. There we go. And that is a big ask in this culture. That is a really big ask. That is a really big ask in 2024. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to listen to the collective field for a second. Can you tune into your inner compass? If you didn't respond or react to anything outside yourself, where would you take yourself today? I'm getting a comment here. Do you try to achieve the same frequency as Buddhist monks when they, I can't see what that says. Well, the answer to that question is actually yes. Again, that author, Richard Rudd, that I just referred to, he speaks about a lot of the advanced spiritual practices. In effect, scientifically, what they are doing is achieving and unlocking potentialities and frequency vibrations in their resonance, in their resident resonance, that then helps them achieve what we consider to be superhuman feats, when in fact it is an example of both their conditioning, right? Their conditioned state. One would say evolution, but basically much like an athletic conditioning. I mean, if you went out and got a big stick and tried to pole jump, it would probably go pretty poorly. But if you condition yourself over time, you can pole jump. And then if you really work with energy, you could perhaps pole jump over the Eiffel Tower, say. That is possible. I'm not saying everybody's going to be able to do it, but there's no reason that it couldn't happen. If you attuned your inner compass to being able to leverage yourself off the end of a pole and go clear over the Eiffel Tower, that is doable. Just like in these times when the evolution of distractions and fear and defensiveness and contraction and superficial and synthetic merchandising of everything. It is possible in this environment to to draw yourself inward and to find your inner signal amidst all the noise. Yeah, wow, yeah, yeah. And a lot of people are doing it. The fact is that even though a lot of people are doing it, they're not noisy about it because they're inside listening to their inner signal. And so if you kind of draw in, right, okay, let's tune around this. Outstanding. Yep, I'm feeling that. Okay, yes. So for those of us who are getting quiet and who are going inside and feeling that ease and flow and delight and reprieve, but then also just the beauty, the lightness, the observance and presence of that practice, there is, for me anyway, I'll speak of my own experience, there are moments of just expansive ease in it, and then there's moments of real sort of loneliness and this question of isolation, like, am I the only one? Like, am I nutty out here? But the fact is that there's tons of other people, but they're just being quiet about it too, just like you in those moments are quiet. And then if you go again, and then here's the trick, right? So then if you go outside of yourself to look for reassurance, you get sucked into all the noise again. Whoopsie. And so then you're like, oh, crappers, I was alone. I've missed the boat, blah, 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 blah. Because all the noise says, you're missing the boat, you're missing the boat. Okay, no, you're not missing the boat. Listen to your inner crystal compass. That's why we get two, right? 1, 2. Shoo. Whew. That made sense. That's right. Oh. These times are so whack. There will be easing later in November and in December. The next 18 months are going to be wild for sure. But there is so much expansion and joy and ease in there too. We've got to slow down and you've got to get quiet. And everything is prompting us otherwise. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. The hype is enticing. I know. God, it's such a push me, pull me. I can feel it in my stomach. Like I'm right there with you guys. I am right there with you guys. Whew. Really good work. Really good work. Okay, this is really unusual. So when I do these group tunings and these sort of broad topics come up, because I'm working with the collective field, I almost never tune into the body because this isn't an individual session. But the amount of tension people are feeling in their bodies is just really coming up. So if you can identify any place in your body that has pain or contraction or dis-ease, breathe into it. Yeah, that was wacky. Here we go. And we're just going to breathe a little lightness and we're just going to unwind that spot, wherever your spot is. Find your body, okay? I have one super duper spot that I've been working with lately. So I'm going to breathe into there. This harmonic, which is a C-G interval, if anybody knows the musical intervals, is really nice. Is a really tender and easy way to comfort and support and ease the body. Good, good, good. That helped. Good. When we let go of these little contractions, it's so much easier not to believe the hype, right? Don't get sucked in. Create ease in your body. Good. Create ease in your breath. Create ease and equilibrium and clear orientation in your crystal compass, and trust it. Trust it. There's this song that I really like. I think the title of it is I made a small song. I made a small song. The song is mine, and I can't remember the lyrics, but the crystal compasses that we have are tuned to our own inner small songs. And I'm really encouraging people to trust themselves. It is so easy for us to internalize other people's signals and other people's shoulds and other people's judgments and opinions, and internalize them and think that they're ours. So get quiet. If you hear a small song, ask if there's any other co-authors, like who else wrote this song, or is it only mine? And if you can kind of whittle away all the noise and get that one single track through and know that it's yours, trust that it's not reactive, it's not judgmental. One's own small song is never defensive. It's always generative and creative, right? I would like to dance today. I would like to feed myself beautiful food today. I would like to rest today. I am tired. To create anything, I will need to rest first. Okay, that's legit. Listen to that small song. I have amazing gifts and I really want to figure out how to share them with more people. Okay, there, ha, boom. Did y'all hear that fork? That's right. There it is. There it is. That's how you know. If it leads with my boss or my mama or my somebody thinks I should, or but I really ought to, or I feel like, well, for my kids I need to. No, that's not your small song, okay? You can incorporate all those other external surround sounds later. Don't get sucked into the noise, but before you consider your personal surround sound, find your song first and orient your personal crystal compass to that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If there are any other frequency geeks out there, I will say almost this entire tuning I've used my 174, which that hasn't been happening a lot lately. It's been mostly my 144. And so this is the 144 I just switched. Okay, yeah, this is a little, okay, this is feeling like a slightly finer tooth comb in this way. Let's go through with this frequency. Let's go back with this frequency and really breathe into either the same place of contraction, or if you'd identified another place of pain or tension or stress. Sue. Oh, okay, yeah. Just like oiled leather, like if you've ever worked with vintage leather and it's really tough at first, and then if you oil it and clean it, there. Nice. just watched a documentary on fascia, on the fascial network in the body. I will either make a video or do a live about fascia upcoming. But that crystalline compass then in effect informs our crystalline fascial network, which is electric and illuminated and liquid. And then that is how not only do we send the signals to our body to actually move ourselves through space, but the fascial network then also informs our cellular expression and reproduction. So in that way, that's how the substructures of the body create our life in a very concrete way. That's how you decide what to do. It's what you do, and it's how you feel about what you're doing, and then it's how your body is living itself in those expressions. That's life. That's what we call a life. We wake up and do that every day. Yeah. And the orientation is from an inner set point. It's not in the external. There we go. There we go. God, bravo. Ah, it's been a joy today, you guys. Wow, I can, yeah. Oh, outstanding, outstanding. Okay, I'm going to do another harmonic. So this is my 417 and the 528. So the binaural difference between that is 111. So we're going to shine into this for a minute and brighten up this tone, this biofield harmonization that we've really reached today. Ooh. I can feel that kind of towards the back of my ear, really interesting. Right, yep, you can too. Excellent, okay, good, 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 good. Ooh, yeah. The talk in a class that I take a couple of weeks ago was, to what do you orient yourself? And in that way, what I'm tuning into today, the crystal compass, is our orientation instrument, right? Yep. Whew, big deep breath. Good, good, good. There it is. All right, somebody's left a comment, which I will try to read in just a second. But as I wrap up, so that's the finale of the tuning. Thank you so much. 2 days ago was my birthday, and I have been waiting for this year because this is my year of jazz hands and spirit fingers. I am 55 this year, and 365 days I'm making my jazz hands, spirit fingers mudra, because this is the last year of this lifetime that I'm going to be able to make my age on my hands, and I'm going to live it up. So thank you for joining me in that. You can incorporate all those surround sounds later. Remind me of what feels to come down from DMT and rediscovering your persona. Wow, Odeon, yes. Yeah, I've not done DMT, but what you just said, that integration, like I just got to that higher perspective, let me call it that. And now I'm coming back down and connecting with the denser, slower moving forms that are also real. This higher perspective, this higher or different state. I don't even want it because it's not hierarchical. But yes, that different state gives you a different perspective and experience. That is true. Also, the denser, slower moving, more concrete things are also true. And it's that really, like, we are energy signatures in these organic meat suits. Those are two very, it's, in that way, it's kind of like oil and water, but if you've ever had vinaigrette, they go together beautifully. That is the lived experience of all of that. So yes, Odian, well said, and that's what I'm talking about. And how do we do that all the time? And yes, thank you for the jazz hands. It's going to be a great year. Thanks, you guys. This was a very fun tuning. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. It's going to be a lot. Listen to this as needed. And you can always breathe, get quiet, and hey, you don't have to be 55 to have jazz hands all year. So if you want to take the jazz hands, and if they make you feel good, take them and make them yours. Love you. Like, click, subscribe, share these videos. Contact RebeccaCarner.com if you would like a remote or in-person biofield tuning. This is my life and my love. Be well. Until next time. Thanks.